Here we go. It's not the fuck camera I want. I can do the. This one. This is good. We'll see if I could afford some clothing, but I knew this was going to happen. That's why I got to go to Interior Health to get my disability claim looked at again. Because the presidents of Vancouver don't have a fucking say. They don't. They have no fucking say at all. They've been literally relic. And if they want any say, they can call me. 778-674-8893. And give me a call, man. I'm live on Facebook right now. And phone ringing yet? And they think I'm a rat probably because they're the fucking rat. I think that. And because they ain't calling. So what the fuck are they? They ain't the Rat Pack. But one man in the east side of Vancouver, he's none of that. He's a good man. And he's done his best. And his son might shit talk me everywhere he goes, but he probably played in a double-edged sword there. It still kept me. Might not have thought of that. No one's called. And he doesn't call, he said. No way. We're on the same page on a lot of different things. And it's a rumor. And it's hilarious. Because this is the stream is from Best Banner. And oh what? It's on the I didn't want that. And yeah, well I'm the only one that is out here and meant to scare the children. Not the POCO president who doesn't want to fucking listen to nothing because he won't call. Because there's no ban from Whistler anymore. There's not. And so, and I don't know. And he's still banning. And you know how many people watch this? And he hasn't fucking called yet either because he's expecting the dishwasher. He's Ku Klux Klan. And I don't work for that motherfucker no more. And that's David Patrickin, Sr. And he can go fuck himself. Straight up. What the fuck is he going to do about it? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. He disgusts me. Despise to even know him. And he wants to play Ku Klux Klan? Whack! Right in his fucking face. They try some telekinetic shit. What's he going to do about it? Have me busted next spring? Go ahead. Still got good reflexes. People got to realize that he's going to try to make a move on the stock market. And like he already did. Look like a form of economic hitman, which he has nothing to do with the CIA. What they do in the developing country years ago is it's all theory and not logical. Even there's no sense to it. They wouldn't do that. Maybe they didn't do any of it. And I'd have to ask Scott. I don't talk to him. And well, he knows about some of the things that local Hells Angels would want to do. And the local men, two of them are great. And they happen to be Hells Angels, but I got no problem with them at all because they politic well. And they operate old school. When people call them, they pick up the phone. And if nobody calls them, they don't pick up the phone. I got a call from Quebec the other day. There's a Frenchman. And I couldn't understand what he was saying, but we understood the one thing. I pick up my phone when people call, and Dad's sleeping. It's not his fault. But poor Coquitlam, he hasn't called. He's not a drunkard. Maybe he is. Maybe that's just something I'll write about. Maybe he's poor Coquitlam president, and these are local chapters to where you live. And just because there's a sound system in here doesn't mean I'm owned by anybody. Because I got a new birth certificate on the way because Cindy Riley, Cindy Lawson, so the slut from Kamloops, that one, and she thinks that because she stole I predicted this happening. They stole my fucking, and that bothers me. And they stole my fucking, I'm symmetrical. This coat's been through it. And I'm not on the sauce yet. I haven't done it yet. And the fact is that she stole my wallet and put fake ID back in there, but I get pulled over and it works. Why would a man have his own ID fake? And it doesn't make no fucking sense. I got a new birth certificate on the way. Wilford keeps it. It's mail fraud, federal. And he's not gonna. Because if he did, his mother would not ever forgive him. And I can't speak for her. I wouldn't dare. But she's in the 90 plus club. And Wilford said he wouldn't. And the postal strike just ended, so Christmas holidays, and I'm betting that he tries to make a play with his buddy for crack. He wouldn't do that, Wilfred. He doesn't know my Facebook. He's not watching. If he is, he wouldn't do that. Or else the street gang, the bench, he's gone from it. And he's holding on to that, and he can't do both. And I'm on the bench because that's my cover for having a fucking mafia. You fucking inbred fucking presidents and Hells Angels down the coast. Fucking whatever. Ron wants influence here. He doesn't want to. What? Well, he wants influence, but he's not a fucking patch member. But he grew up. He's 60-some years. I got respect for him. I do. But men are brainwashed by the Hells Angels. And you young people in this town, Kamloops, which is a Queen Elizabethan town, because we're the first of its kind. We don't take fucking shit from Hells Angels. And never did. And some men, they froze the fucking feet. I got hacking going on, and a raghead without a rag on his head. That's a funny thing, because he's in the community that speak Hindi and Punjabi and Kuwaiti. Those are Hajis, and I wouldn't say that. They understand it because it's from me. And life's good over here, but they're cutting my finances. I really think so, eh? In the elder statement, he's up, and. Getting hacked. The audio's still live though. And these bikers up here in BC, they got something coming. And they risk losing something altogether. And he was disrespected, and he doesn't deserve it. Nobody knows who except me. He knows me, and I know him. And he has the guns in the fucking street across the country. He does. And supply, well, that's a big issue for the Hells Angels. And they lease that out of Vancouver to a certain gang, one of the gangs. And then they can guess who. Because they would lose big stakes across the country. This coat, I'm not happy with the way I dress because they stole my fucking clothing out of 2255. That was Valdek's play. And the president all got in on the other than east side. They all got in on the Valdek's propaganda. To fucking, just let them do whatever the fuck they wanted to me. And they were trying to train me for something? No, Mr. Bacon didn't want it at all. I possessed the presidents against me because they think it's 03 to 2010. And that's what I think of them. They can go themselves. And in Kamloops, they're two are here, and they're good men, and nothing to do with that. And that's a 5 to 10 year plan, and it's a wonderful thing, but it's nothing to do with business. And that's great, but I'm not happy, and other men are not happy at the Hells Angels at all. There's only 300 of them in this province, maybe, probably not even. And well, it depends how many he made in Kamloops. He could have made 80 or so in Kamloops. He made because you don't make. There's no made Hells Angels, not one. And how many produced out of Mr. Bacon? He was a astute businessman, but he's here but not forgotten. And he's not here but not forgotten. But he produced maybe 80 or so out of Kamloops, and other than that, they're all secret to each other because they're here to fight me. But in Kamloops, there's no fighting me because it's Queen Elizabethan town, and two men aren't. I know that. And they're being dismantled internationally over the course of time. And, it's the way it goes because they fucked up and they failed taking over the fucking world. And they failed. And they'll never have this fucking planet even close to the kind of light that they thought they had. It's a disgusting fucking thing, the death head. It means child pornography and rape at an alarming rate, and that's what Clifford Montgomery did to it. And other men had to sit and witness it and didn't want it ever. And I hate that Clifford Montgomery. I hate him. And when I say he's riding with me because he's there as a fucking hostage. And he's a no good. He's an arrogant motherfucker. And I'm talking shit about him. What's he going to do? Get out of bed and grab his smartphone? Too bad for him. What's he going to check, a surveillance app or a fucking dying of cancer app? Because that's his fucking problem. He doesn't deserve sympathy from nobody. And that's what God will do to him. Because God doesn't do that to anybody. He doesn't. I shouldn't have said that. But karma is I believe in it, and he's getting it in bushels, and it's got nothing to do with God. And let him sit there. And he's still jacking up the testosterone because he doesn't need to. He could cut it out. And well, that's his problem. And what the fuck are you looking at, Cliff? Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep for treating my father that way his whole fucking career. Get back to fucking sleep, Clifford. Now! You'd be spared a fucking bullet when you walk out of the house. I'm live on Facebook, so don't fucking talk to me. Hey, I love you. I love you. Because that's Ron. He's a good man, a hardworking man. And he's a hardworking man. Can't be argued. And he's not a fucking Hell's Angel. And this is important. And there's good men in town. 2 of them. Another 78. If it was up to me, they'd be walked behind the woodshed and shot in the fucking head. Every one of them. But it ain't up to me, so I'm trying to do things more peacefully. So, it got nothing to do with how I was treated. I could handle that, no fucking problem. Bunch of fucking pussies at work. Because 2 men never messed with me once. And why would they? We get along just fine. And someone Delta is. Delta's fine, but nobody ever told him he couldn't sell small bag dope. But he signed on with someone who was a legend. Ralph was. He never wanted them to never wanted to be micromanaged. Neither did Mr. Bacon. So Mr. Bacon did it just to mess with me, and somebody is not doing it to mess with me. No, it's gone too far again, and Poco risked losing everything, which is one relationship that isn't going well. And he disrespected a man on the phone, and the Hells Angels think they're more powerful than they are. Because what if there's a fortune up here worth quintillions that nobody could get at? Quintillions to the end, and someone left it behind because she's in heaven now. Who would people think that is? Wasn't Grandma Shirley, wasn't Grandma Denise, but she was in cahoots with those 2 women. And quintillions to the end. And the only goal there is get rid of the fucking Hells Angels. And 2 men, they're not my enemies, and they're being dismantled internationally, whether they like it or not. They can have more ranks, and 1 chapter disappeared in a developing nation somewhere. It's gone, vanished, gone. And they better hope it has nothing to do with Splinter Cell. And it's a video game from the past, Splinter Cell or Halo, the first one. Or, because if it did, well, the Hells Angels would be on high alert. And chapter presidents in Lower Mainland, other than the East Side, should be on high alert because they look like a bunch of fucking Soviets. Union failed. So have respect for it, man. You've been tricked by Valdic, and he's been whacked in the fucking lips 4 times today for even watching this on a smartphone on a bed in a room in the basement. Ground floor. And his beer's sitting on his gut, and he thinks he's funny because he's going to get whacked again just for fucking looking at me like that. It ain't a joke, Valdic. You trained all these men in certain ways to go against me. He's been on me 30 fucking years, and he doesn't win nothing. And if the Russian mafia ever found out that there ain't no friendly, I'm just fucking with him, and they know that. And Valdic, Belinsky, he's flinched on him. If he flinched, he's sweating. I ain't. I worked him for 10 fucking years to learn all his tricks, and he plays telekinetic. I guess it's important in BC. First I ever heard of it was earlier today. And well, I don't play. I don't. And Tony plays with snowmobiles and quads, and that's what Tony D does. He likes to have fun, and good for him. Go back to Salmon Arm and have fun out there because you're not welcome in Kamloops, and that's not a fucking joke because none of them are. 78 of them got to leave, and they can fuck off and leave. And Mike can call me if he wants to stay. Seriously. Because this is a Queen Elizabethan town, and she did not like the Hells Angels one bit. She was a queen. She was too smart to hate. She didn't like them, and that's enough for me to fight for her till the day I die. And at this rate, Kamloops, I could be unjailable, and I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. And it's online. It's live. It's on YouTube. It works. free. And well, Evan hasn't hung the heavy bag yet, but he makes his own regular heavy bag. He's busy. Costs money to keep busy. Hopefully, it's coming out of his cut because it shouldn't come out of Ashley's. And Cam wants something. Cameron, I was just up in Paul Lake the other day doing power slides in my fucking Monte Carlo. He didn't come out. He has legal guns in there, or illegal guns. He could have come out with his fucking pistol. Why didn't he? Because why? Oh, the butcher and you scare him. Is that why, Cam? And, oh, the Red Scorpion scare Cameron. I guess they fucking do. And what about the other two gangs? They don't scare him? They fucking should. Because of one man on a meth pipe. And he's simply awake still. He should be sleeping. And well, because I don't like the way I look on fucking camera. That's why I do this. That got Valdick again. Because Valdick, 300 yards away. You think about that when you're driving out of that driveway, straight down the fucking road. Whack! Right through your fucking left eyeball. You don't wear glasses anymore. You used to. I know you did. I think you did. You got contacts in all the time? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Because my dad's 10 times the fucking man you'll ever be, so don't fucking forget it. He was a steady trucker. He may have killed one Hells Angel. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I thought it was 6. Maybe it was. Consolidating Clifford's power. Well, Clifford's out of fucking power. It doesn't exist, and Guy don't get none. He didn't know how to handle it. And, yeah, he'll handle it when he talks through some organized crime with me. He comes on the stream, and you see him talking. And he can talk about anything he fucking wants. Hasn't done that yet. So, he's sleeping. If he isn't, he probably is. Or if he's on his smartphone watching, well, that's up to Guy. Because Valdick, it ain't up to him. I'm telling him to go to fucking bed. Before I drive out there, I'll borrow a fucking vehicle from a stranger, which at this point in Kansas, they probably wouldn't mind. I'll drive out there and shit kick you for being a fucking Soviet in 2024. Fucking drunkard, fucking idiot. Last summer he was, or last winter he was. When he was out there by himself. He had Sidney Riley out there for a few days probably. Whatever. And Sidney Riley, Cindy Lawson would be her normal name. And she was raped by him. And not much she gets sympathy for. Other than that, well, none of her fucking business is going to happen to her boyfriend. None of mine either. And, well. And, there on camera. On camera you see the kid. And left away. And that's going to come out of the fucking internet for you, Valdick. Out of the fucking internet in a warp. And right outside your door on all 4 corners. And bing, they'll be there. And Antielli knows not to say anything because it's organized crime. Disgust what you do, Valdick. You're a disgusting man. I'm positivity. I don't fuck around with flames like fucking Valdick anymore. His son was alright. I mentored him. And he doesn't even want to admit to it. And he just wants a friend back. I was never his friend really. I was there for him through his mom when his mom passed, and he said he didn't respect it because he just been wanting me dead for months. And now he's maybe turning around because he thought this was on Facebook, but it's on YouTube. And people just go from Facebook to YouTube in 21 minutes, and nobody knows where I am. It's a garage door. It could be any garage in the goddamn world. Undisclosed location and cameras. Just because there's security in here doesn't fucking matter. Because I'll talk this shit about anybody except 2 men. I would never. And well, there'll be a skeleton crew in 50 years at the very least to show respect for Ralph and Mr. Bacon and men who knew they knew what they're doing. And Ralph wanted it, I think, in the beginning to fight the Soviets. And Mr. Bacon, in the end, he wanted it for reasons of what I want from it. And we've gone too big, and it's just too many It's watered down the stock, I think, other than the boomers that are in there. And I'm not looking for him for anything other than they've done a good job with their lives work. And from Cameras, there's two, and the other 78, I estimate two from every generation is what his strategy was, and maybe from just Cameras, I'm not sure, but there's only one chapter from Cameras, Vernon, and Kelowna, and there's only one chapter. But a man out Kelowna is not P. Haynes, or P. is not, and he simply has his own chapter, and I don't know his name, but he's the president out there. And he's a good man, and things will be different. The only suggestion I make is no more making new recruits, because I suggested it a long time ago, and well, they don't. Nobody knows what's going to be passed secretly, and if it's passed secretly, well, and they're that much of a problem. I'm trying to bring them into a new era, but they don't want to give me my small bag dope line because they're micromanaging it, and well, still drinking these. And Russians mean us no harm, and they're still in the country. The Ukraine war is in Ukraine, and Kiev is pro Kiev. It always was. Always am. I'm proud of Justin Trudeau's stance in Ukraine. I am. I just well, this Valdick, as mighty as he might have thought he never was fucking mighty. Oh, I hate that motherfucker. And a tree may fall on him and kill him when he goes outside. That's how well unliked he is. And you better watch out for falling trees, because if it falls, it'll make a noise. And well, it'll be clever, because some men are watching football, and some men, beautiful women, laugh and have a good time, and some men are at war, and war is happening for a reason. There's no getting rid of it. But I wish everyone the best. And at one time I thought about it, and I was Chickadee Road, and I was thinking about how I could help, but simply not a place I could get to. And men did get there for their own reasons, and I'm not sure. And, well, I fight my own war here against the Hells Angels, because for the powerful position outside of them. And well, if I had any cash flow, and one man is simply, he's still politicking. He's politicking for me. No, he's politicking against me still. So the former elder statesman is clearly not for Cody. He's a lying sack of shit. And he's 90. He's the oldest one in Vancouver, and his brother's awesome. And I wouldn't even refer to him as that. I'd refer to him as hair straight back. And he must have came from two wonderful people, because this other man, he must have been spawned in a salmon run or something, because he's still politicking against me, and he's doing it on his smartphone. And he's a smarty pants phone man. And his time and power is over down there, because there's 50 big ones that are floating above his head all day, and someone else's phone. It's on here. I'll call him. I need it. This is for Valdick. And It's that close, brother. And I ain't fucking kidding. Man, I'll do you for free. After what you did to my life. Because I'm in $90,000 in debt and he's sitting out there cushy with his millions tucked away here, there, and everywhere. As he used to tell me about a man, he had $10,000 a month invested in the USA. What a fucking liar. It's probably $1 million. $1 million a month. He knew if he fixed with Ralph. And $1 million a week he could have took down for free. I would have gave it to him. Something out of Asia. I worked on it in secret. Ralph did it all with the fucking computers. And it was just on the side. And I don't think the Queen ever caught wind of it. But at Valdic, he told all his biker buddies quickly before he could even, and he didn't tell anyone in Toronto. He didn't drive back there. He hasn't been back there once. Well, he's isolated to Seymour Arm, and it's the house with the one driveway and trees everywhere and surrounded. And he's just, some people haven't looked because they know he's a political goddamn hostage. And his politics are lame, and that's organized crime. He's a lame man. And my dad's 10 times the man he'll ever fucking be. And he was giving Brett all kind of problems on the coast, Valdic was, because he wanted me for something. And he's got neo-Nazis that send him money all the fucking time, or for anything he wants. They want to send it to him now. He wants more. Oh, what? So he can tuck it away from himself? And that's what he's been doing with their money. And now they want him dead. One thing we can agree on. And well, they're never gonna get me. So. But considering I'm still white and I'm still young and I'm fucking online, well, that's as good as it's going to get for them. And I'm Caucasian, sorry. And my fight's against the goddamn Hells Angels, first and foremost. And I'll take anybody else that isn't a government. Philosophically, my number's right there. And a debate, it wouldn't be a debate, it'd be an argument. And, well, I'm not kidding, but it's enough of that for now. Because, remote. Can't crack that one in myself. I tried. I need a chiropractor for that. And it feels better though. I'll go to the gym when money starts pouring in and two men aren't budging. Nobody will call them either. And well, that means some men on the coast there. The presidents are scared, and the strikers are on strike, and they're near mutiny. They're on strike would be fair, and mutiny would mean new presidents. And well, the strikes in BC and North Van, they're not for hair straight back. They ain't, and the two men in Kamloops, they're not, and after that, they're on strike. And if mutiny's on the way, man, well, it could be. And you know what that means? Could be done overnight. Get rid of you, elder gentleman. Other than East Side, he's got his strikers. And other than the rest of them, because what has one man done? And the former elder statesman figures he's got, and he's told all his buddies that. He's kept it to himself. No, he's told everyone. And he believes made up. And if I got wind on something like that coming down, you think I'd tell that punk? And he's got to figure that one out on his own. Call the consulate. They don't talk to me. I don't even know where it is in Vancouver.